Hello, everybody, and welcome back, or welcome to the first episode, or 0th episode? Uh, okay, we'll just go with first. But this is Devlog 0, so it's not. Next time, next devlog, I'm gonna be saying it's the first devlog. But yeah, anyway, this is a new game. If you saw the preview, the game does look different. Okay, there's a lot of things to go over. But first off, I'll go over why the game kind of looks worse than it did previously. It's basically boils down to my computer isn't powerful enough to kind of run the graphics. Not like it looks amazing or anything, but I'll take some screenshots and I'll show you what the game actually looks like with all the post-processing. But the thing is, the game can't run while I'm recording. It could run when I'm just playing it regularly, but it could run, but when I'm also recording while playing, it can't really run, and the footage gets all laggy and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah. I guess I should go over the concept, I guess, of the game. Like, a very rough concept of what I kind of got here. Even though none of it's actually implemented yet. But basically the idea of the game is it's going to be kind of like a small scale open world type levels, and there's probably just going to be one level for when the game first comes out, but it's going to be a large level, right? And maybe later on that I add more levels to the game and updates or something like that. But the premise of the game, or like let's go over like the theme, I guess, first. Kind of just, the game is gonna be centered around like, kind of kind of life in like. So when I say life, I don't just mean it's a tree or something like that. I mean just a lot of stuff going on. Small creatures, evil creatures, like all sorts of stuff, maybe like factions of creatures and all that kind of stuff. NPCs, but not more in the sense of like a game like Hollow Knight, maybe. You find NPCs, you know, not like whole like towns probably really, but more like you'll just find them randomly and you can talk to them. They don't usually do too much, and if you're asking if the character that I kind of have a rough, like, has like a rough look of Hollow Knight. um, that wasn't really on purpose. It's just there. But yeah, just gonna be a lot of life to it, and there's gonna be like summons and stuff like that, where you could summon. The game's gonna be based on like magic and stuff, so you'll have like summons. You'll be able to summon like a little like creature maybe that floats around you. I've already implemented a little bit of that stuff, but I don't want to show too much yet. I'll just save it for the first devlog. Might as well. Not too much more I've done yet, but yeah. So the difference between this, other than the post processing being gone and stuff like that, the game does look different with all the post processing too, from the little sneak peek as well. But yeah, here's just a few screenshots you're probably seeing on the screen of just what the game looks like with all the post processing stuff. It looks really good, I think. But yeah, other than that, that's the theme, I guess. But in terms of what's the actual goal of the game, pretty much, I won't go too deep into it, but basically in the middle of the world is where you're gonna start the game. Let's just say this is the middle of the world right here. And there's basically gonna be a portal or something like that, where every time there's gonna also be a leveling system, right? So as you defeat enemies and stuff like that, you'll gain level. And every time you level up, enemies, like a wave of enemies, is gonna come out of the portal and go after you. So kind of like in a way, like as you level up, you're kind of faced with a challenge, kind of not in terms of like a boss, but just like a stronger challenge every time you level up. And then you take out the wave of enemies, and then once you level up again, a stronger wave of enemies each time. You won't level up very often, right? So it won't be a traditional kind of leveling up necessarily. I don't know about any benefits to the player, but yeah. And one more thing I'll mention, I guess, is, or two more things. One is the game, in terms of like enemies and like the kind of style, I guess, like kind of like a medieval style is probably what I'm thinking of. Maybe that's a little too much, but mostly like this is like an alien world kind of thing, and you're like a wizard kind of, and it's very rough right now at the rough on the edges, but I just have like a lot of like general ideas of the game. And that's actually good. That's actually good. And now I'll just mention a few things about the game because it's been 7 minutes and I haven't really said too much, or it's probably been cut down a little bit, so it's not. Okay. Anyway, what do I want to mention first? You could probably barely see the little particles every now and then that are kind of like popping in and out. One of the more obvious things as well, in terms of the actual player control, is the camera. So as you can see, as you move the cursor, the camera moves, and then you could, obviously it follows the player. You jump, and something I added since the sneak peek, or whatever, I don't know, is kind of a variable jump. So if you play Mario, then you know that based off how long you hold the jump, the longer you kind of get airtime, and I have that implemented in the game. It's not a very like large jump. I'm thinking of like lots of different movement options in the game. It's kind of the goal to make you as a player kind of feel pretty powerful. Probably not all at the start of the game, but over time you'll get more and more powerful and all that kind of stuff. But right now, all you can do is jump. um, there's also this thing. I don't know. I think I added it since then. But when you walk up a ledge, there's this thing where it's kind of like a polish thing where you could jump even like a fraction of a second after you leave the ground. It's just kind of meant to feel more fluid and stuff like that. I'm not great at explaining stuff. I'm rough. It's been a while since I've recorded. Nope. Yeah, there we go. You could see how I kind of jumped even though I walked off the block. See? Like that. Kind of a polish thing. It's a little early, but it might have. The thing with the game development, I just do whatever I want, I guess. I just try and have fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this first or 0th devlog. I hope that doesn't mean anything that I don't want it to mean, but it's the first devlog, but it's not. Anyway, it's been 10 minutes, and I've just been moving around this stage. But anyway, that's about it, and I'll see you in the next devlog for this game. But there's also going to be devlogs for 100 Stage Dodge game as well still. So look out for that, and look out for more topic videos and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, see you in the next video.